Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now September 27th of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch, a lot of Star Wars fans around the world have truly been looking forward to what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have to offer for this new Star Wars universe when it comes all down to The Mandalorian Season 3 and the Ahsoka Tano series, as well as the Book of Boba Fett and more to come. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and check me out on there. I do actually post a couple of fun and entertaining things from time to time. Now, as of right now, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm, they are working very hard on the new Star Wars films, the new Star Wars TV shows that are all set to be announced further by this November. Also at Star Wars Celebration next year, that's also going to be a very big deal by Bob Chapek and how he's going to involve George Lucas to come on the stage and make further announcements of the Star Wars universe. So, on top of all of this, we do know that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they're already beginning to film The Mandalorian Season 3. They're going to be filming that all the way until March. Post-production for the Kenobi TV series, in case you guys did not know, is going to stretch all the way until February of next year. So that kind of gives them just enough time to drop it during the spring of 2022 with a nice trailer by either March or the beginning of April. So looking forward to that. It's looking more and more likely that Kenobi series is going to be a May of 2022 release. So with that being said, we do know that, of course, George, John, and Dave only want the best for the Star Wars fans. However, when it all comes down to the Skywalker saga, this is one thing that a lot of fans are very upset about. Make no mistake, a lot of fans were very much, frustrated with how Episode 9 ended, with the way that The Last Jedi turned out to be by Rian Johnson, and how The Force Awakens was an entertaining movie at the time and was really opening the gateway to the future of the sequel trilogy at the time. So, with that being said, of course, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new Star Wars projects like Star Wars Ahsoka and even the Book of Boba Fett, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are already filming The Mandalorian Season 3 for Disney Plus that is set to deliver new tales of Luke Skywalker, Grogu, and Din Djarin, plus others that are going to be fan favorites. However, many fans have also been curious about future Star Wars films, such as the new trilogy and solo movies, plus more to come in the near future that will be announced at Star Wars Celebration. Now, in a recent interview with Disney CEO Bob Chapek, Chapek was questioned about a Star Wars episode 10, 11, and 12, essentially, the continuation of the Skywalker saga. When he was questioned about this, Bob Chapek went on to say, "Though, of course, I did notice that many fans have had issues with episodes 7, 8, and 9 by JJ and Ryan, how it didn't get the best. Given that we are continuing the Skywalkers in the form of television on Disney Plus, such as for starters with the Kenobi series, and even in The Mandalorian Season 3, that doesn't mean that we are not open to exploring the Skywalkers in theatrical movies." Bob Chapek went on to say that I cannot confirm or deny that we have an episode 10, 11, and 12 specifically in the works, but one thing I do know is that George Lucas originally wanted it all to end with 10, 11, and 12. Bob Chapek went on to also make things clear that we know that the fans love the Skywalkers, those like Anakin, Luke Skywalker, and others. And that's something, of course, we want to further explore, but as far as other Skywalkers, we are currently, of course, constantly having conversations on how we can bring in the new Skywalkers into the Star Wars universe, and where they could absolutely go. I think when you look at George Lucas as a whole, he would always have wanted to stick with the Skywalker generation upon generation, that entire format, like how it was done before 2013. And that's something that we are exploring, yes, though I cannot confirm or deny again that these are going to be what you are asking for about at this time when it comes to the new films. But just know that the amount that we are talking about right now for the future of Star Wars is enormous, and we plan to do so much through the entire decade and beyond. Additionally, separate from all of this and what Chapek said, there is indeed described to be a 10, 11, and 12 in the early stages right now that is going to tap into the story of Cade Skywalker and how it will involve the legacy of the Skywalker family tree and how that makes Cade grow as a character. Lucas is said to have had multiple conversations already with Chapek about crafting a 10, 11, and 12 where it's absolutely unclear as to when these films could even release. However, the Skywalker saga is indeed going to continue on the big screen in the not-so-distant future. That Disney's plan is to make up for the sequel trilogy movies and do something fresh yet exciting for the hardcore Star Wars fans. Now, here's the real interesting thing about what Bob Chapek said, is that they are exploring and having multiple conversations about bringing in new Skywalkers. This does not necessarily mean Luke and Leia as 8-year-olds. It doesn't necessarily mean that. What he's pointing towards are brand new Skywalker characters. Now, that to me, obviously, is kind of a little bit confirming here what the leaks we've been talking about for a couple of months now, of how they are indeed planning to explore different avenues of Skywalkers. We talked about how in the canon material, alright, next year, they're going to be exploring Shmi Skywalker's parents as a great example. Now, though that's not going to be in live-action films or movies, it's going to be in the canon. As far as the live-action TV shows and, of course, the like, they are going to tease the character of Cade Skywalker in a upcoming post-Episode 9 Star Wars TV series that is said to set up these new Episodes 10, 11, and 12 for the future of the franchise. Now, Chapek obviously kept saying, I cannot confirm or deny, etc., etc. When people usually say that, that's usually when they want to reveal something, but they can't. And at the same exact time, they don't want to get people's hopes up about anything. So what it sounds like is that they are testing the waters. They are absolutely going to see how Disney Plus Star Wars is going to run for the next 2 years, because, let's face it, 2022 is going to be by far the most important year ever for Disney Plus, or should I say for Disney Star Wars. The reason being is because we have 4 TV shows, minimum, coming out next year. The Bad Batch Season 2, Kenobi, Andor, and Mando Season 3. That is a lot of content to watch on Disney Plus and gives the fans a steady stream of Star Wars material to watch on the streaming product. Now, obviously, Chapek wants to make sure that Star Wars is going to survive and thrive very well, and how he is talking more and more clear about them having conversations about bringing in new Skywalkers and the like, and doing something incredible in that sense. I get it. It seems as though that George Lucas really pressed this on Bob Chapek to make this happen, and now Bob Chapek, he wants to kind of make an official announcement, but he absolutely cannot, because it's way too early for this right now. At minimum, we probably won't even get an official announcement on these films until maybe at Star Wars Celebration next year or the year after that. That's if that, of course. We'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, guys, there is indeed a 10, 11, and 12 in the early stages by, of course, George and others out there that are in conversations like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, kind of chipping into the conversation about these new movies. Of course, at Celebration, we're going to be learning more about new solo films, so keep your eyes open for that. More official announcements coming our way. So, yeah, guys, I would like to hear what you all have to say about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.